The year was 1987. Oakhaven, a town barely a dot on any map. Deep in the remote, forested mountains of the Pacific Northwest, Oakhaven led quiet lives. Timber was its blood, the nearby lake its mirror. Its 300 residents lived predictable, unremarkable existences. No locked doors. Everyone knew everyone. It was late autumn. The air took on a crisp, metallic bite. For days, thick, rolling fog had been a constant companion, common for the region. Locals called it the Whispering Veil, a dense white blanket clinging to mountainsides. But this fog was different. It began subtly, an imperceptible shift. Instead of dissipating, it clung, thickened. It coiled around pines, seeped through frames, dulled forest sounds. By November 14th evening, it was no longer just fog. It was a presence. Old Man Hemlock, the reclusive lighthouse keeper on Sentinel Ridge, noticed first. He'd seen 1,000 fogs. This one, it moved with a strange, deliberate quality. It didn't drift. It advanced. A solid, pearlescent wall, slowly encroaching from the north, consuming everything. He described it later, with a tremor, as a living thing. Over the next 24 hours, the fog grew. It didn't just settle, it engulfed. It rolled into Oakhaven like an ethereal tide, swallowing the main street, diner, town hall, gas station. Visibility dropped to feet. Headlights useless halos, streetlights blurs of orange in an all-encompassing grey. Residents, initially amused, soon felt unease. Radios crackled, then went dead. Landline phones gave a dial tone, then nothing. The town was cut off, not by storm, but by an impenetrable, silent shroud. People attempted to drive out. Cars made it to the road's edge, met by a vapor wall so dense it felt solid. Drivers described profound disorientation, complete loss of bearing, as if the outside world ceased. Venturing further felt like driving into an abyss. They turned back. Then, sounds changed, or rather, their absence. The usual town hum, distant barks, truck rumbles, children's laughter, all faded, replaced by silence so absolute, so profound, it pressed in, a deafening hush. It was as if the fog didn't just obscure sight, but absorbed all noise, and perhaps all life. News of Oakhaven's isolation reached the outside world. Weeks passed with no word. Relatives contacted authorities. State police, then National Guard, dispatched. They established a perimeter miles from where the road vanished into mist. Thermal imaging showed nothing. Sonar returned only a vast, featureless expanse. The fog was not just thick, it actively resisted penetration. Vehicles attempting to enter were lost, halted by an unseen barrier, or drivers losing all direction. 2 Humvees, with spotlights and GPS, were sent in tandem. They entered. For a short time, radio transmissions reported normal conditions, 0 visibility. Then, the signal distorted, punctuated by static, fragmented words. Lost, can't see, something wrong. The final transmission, a single drawn-out scream, not of panic, but primal terror. Neither Humvee nor their crews were ever seen again. After this chilling incident, direct entry was abandoned. Drones malfunctioned. Cameras returned only blinding white. Satellite imagery showed a perfect, unnatural circle of perpetual cloud cover where Oakhaven should have been. The town had been excised from the map, leaving a spectral void. For months, the world watched. Scientists, meteorologists, occultists offered theories. None explained the phenomenon. The fog remained, a silent, impenetrable monument to a vanished community, but not entirely silent. Occasionally, on stillest nights, perimeter personnel reported things. Faint, distorted sounds carried through the mist. Not words, not music, but a murmuring chorus, a low, guttural thrumming from the fog's heart. Too indistinct, too pervasive to ignore. Once, an officer swore he saw a flicker of red light deep within the vapor, a brief, pulsing glow, like a dying ember, before it was swallowed again. Another claimed to hear the distant, mournful chime of a church bell, impossibly clear for a moment, then gone, dismissed as hallucinations. Yet, the stories persisted. The most unsettling accounts came from Oakhaven families. Standing at the fog line, desperate for a sign, they spoke of a cold seeping from the mist, a chill that drained hope, touched the very soul. And sometimes they whispered of a feeling, of being watched. The official explanation, years later, was vague. An unprecedented meteorological event, combined with geological instability, leading to catastrophic, unrecoverable loss. The area became a permanent exclusion zone. But unofficial theories thrived. Some whispered of a classified government experiment gone wrong, a new weapon, a portal, a containment breach. Others delved into local folklore, recalling ancient tales of mountain spirits, of places where the veil between worlds thinned. There were those who spoke of a natural phenomenon, a unique atmospheric condition, creating a temporal or spatial anomaly, displacing the town from our reality. A few proposed mass hysteria, that residents collectively hallucinated and simply walked away, or into oblivion. None of these theories held up. No concrete evidence. They were attempts to rationalize the irrational, to impose order on an event defying all understanding. The fog, after all, was still there. It had not dissipated. It simply was. Decades passed since Oakhaven vanished. The exclusion zone remains, its perimeter fences weathered, overgrown. The world has largely forgotten, moved on. But the fog endures. It still shrouds the valley where Oakhaven once stood, a silent grey sentinel. Hikers or conspiracy theorists attempt to approach, drawn by morbid curiosity. They report the same profound silence, disorienting vastness, inexplicable chill. They inevitably turn back, unnerved, with nothing but questions. What happened to Oakhaven's 300 residents? Did they perish instantly, consumed by an unknown force? Or are they still there somehow, trapped within that endless silent shroud, forever lost to a world that can only guess at their fate? The answers remain locked away, behind a wall of impenetrable mist, a perpetual mystery whispering in the shadows of the Pacific Northwest.